The interview was in 20 minutes. 20 minutes that would determine whether his daughter ate more than rice and beans for the next month. But the little girl crying on the subway platform didn't know that, and Marcus couldn't just walk past her. His worn dress shoes, the only pair he owned, splashed through a puddle as he knelt beside her. The child couldn't have been more than 7, her backpack almost bigger than her small frame, tears streaming down her cheeks. "Hey there, sweetheart. Are you okay?" Marcus asked gently, his voice carrying that same warmth he used when his own daughter, Emma, had nightmares. The girl hiccuped, clutching a torn transit card. I lost my MetroCard. My nanny was supposed to meet me, but she's not here, and I don't know how to get home," and her words dissolved into fresh sobs. Marcus checked his phone. 15 minutes now. The marketing position at Henderson & Associates was 3 stops away, and he'd already been unemployed for 4 months. His landlord had stopped accepting promises. Emma's school had sent home another note about overdue lunch fees. This interview was everything. But his mother's voice echoed in his head, the lessons she'd taught him before cancer took her last year. "Baby, we might not have money, but we've got something richer, a good heart. Don't you ever lose that." Asterisk. He stood up, decision made. "Okay, let's figure this out together. What's your name?" "Sophie," she whispered. "Well, Sophie, I'm Marcus. Do you know your address?" She nodded, pulling out a laminated card from her backpack with an address in Upper East Side, one of Manhattan's wealthiest neighborhoods. Of course, the universe had a sense of humor. Marcus bought her a new transit card with the last $20 in his wallet, money he'd earmarked for Emma's school supplies. As they waited for the train, he sent a desperate text to the HR manager, "Sincere apologies. Family emergency. Can we reschedule?" Asterisk. The response came quickly, "We have other candidates. Good luck." Asterisk. His heart sank, but Sophie was looking up at him with such trust that he pushed down his panic. "The train's coming. We'll get you home safe, I promise." During the ride, Sophie chattered nervously. "My dad's always working. He says he's building something important. My nanny's new, I don't think she likes me much." Marcus felt a pang of recognition. He'd been killing himself with odd jobs, sacrificing time with Emma to keep them afloat. "I bet your dad loves you very much. Sometimes parents have to work hard, but it doesn't mean they don't care." "Do you have kids?" "A daughter, Emma. She's 8, just a bit older than you." "Is she nice?" Marcus smiled, his first genuine one all day. "She's the best person I know. Tough as nails too. She doesn't complain, even when things are hard." When they reached the address, Marcus's jaw nearly dropped. It wasn't just a building, it was the building, one of those limestone masterpieces with a doorman in a uniform fancier than Marcus's interview suit. The doorman's expression shifted from concern to relief when he saw Sophie. "Miss Chen, your father's been worried sick. The nanny has been let go for losing track of you." Sophie turned to Marcus, throwing her small arms around his waist. "Thank you for helping me. Anytime, kiddo. You take care, okay." He turned to leave, wondering how he'd explain to Emma that they might be moving to a shelter, when a voice called out, "Wait, please." A man in an expensive suit rushed out of the building, his face flushed with panic and relief. "You brought Sophie home. Just helped her find her way, sir." The man, clearly Sophie's father, looked at Marcus with intensity. "David Chen," he said, extending his hand. The name clicked. Immediately. David Chen, founder and CEO of Chen Technologies, one of the fastest-growing tech companies in the country. The man was worth hundreds of millions. "She was scared and alone," Marcus said simply. "Anyone would have done the same. But they didn't. You did." David glanced at his daughter, who was holding Marcus's hand tightly. "Sophie, go upstairs with Robert. I need to speak with Mr. Johnson. Marcus Johnson." Once Sophie was inside, David's expression grew serious. "What can I do to thank you?" "Name your price." Marcus stiffened. "I don't want money, Mr. Chen. I just wanted to make sure she got home safely. That suit is threadbare. Your shoes have holes. And you missed something important, I can see it in your eyes." David's gaze was sharp, assessing. "What did helping my daughter cost you?" The weight of the day crashed over Marcus. The missed interview. The empty wallet. The uncertain future. But he kept his voice steady. "Nothing that matters more than knowing she's safe." David studied him for a long moment. I built my company on algorithms and data, Mr. Johnson. But do you know what my most valuable asset is? Being able to read people. In 30 seconds of interaction, Sophie trusted you. My daughter, who hasn't smiled since her mother passed away 2 years ago, laughed during your conversation. Robert heard you through the security intercom. His voice cracked slightly. You gave her something I haven't been able to in months. Genuine kindness. Presence. I'm sorry for your loss, Marcus said quietly. I lost my mom last year. It's hard. David nodded, understanding passing between them. What do you do for work, Marcus? I'm between jobs. I was in marketing before my previous company downsized. Today I missed an interview to help Sophie. Do you have a business card? Resume. Marcus pulled out his last printed resume from his portfolio, crumpled from his daughter's backpack where it had been stored. David glanced at it, then pulled out his phone. Janet, David Chen. I need you to create a new position, Director of Community Engagement. Yes, immediately. Salary range 180 to 200K, full benefits, start date next Monday. He paused. Because I just met the only candidate I'm considering. Marcus's world tilted. Mr. Chen, I can't. You can, and you will. My company has lost its soul, Marcus. We chase profits but forget purpose. I need someone who understands what actually matters. Someone who'd sacrifice their own opportunity to help a scared child. David's eyes were bright. Besides, the role is perfect for you, building community partnerships, authentic brand storytelling. It's real. Tears Marcus had been holding back for months finally fell. My daughter. I just wanted to provide for my daughter. Now you can. And maybe, sometimes, Sophie and Emma can have playdates. Sophie needs a friend. Honestly, so do I. That evening, Marcus burst into their tiny apartment where his neighbor had been watching Emma. His daughter looked up from her homework, worried, until she saw his face. Baby, we're going to be okay, he said, scooping her into his arms. We're going to be more than okay. Did you get the job? Something better. I got a reminder of what Grandma taught me, that kindness always comes back around. Marcus Johnson had walked onto that subway platform as a desperate man out of options. He'd walked away with hope, opportunity, and proof that his mother had been right all along. The richest thing he owned wasn't in his wallet. It was in his heart. And in a city of millions where people rarely looked up from their phones, where strangers passed strangers without acknowledgement, one small act of humanity had changed everything. Not because he expected a reward, but because it was simply the right thing to do. That, Marcus would tell Emma years later, is the only kind of wealth that truly matters.